Hey guys, it's Ben at Upstart HR, and today I want to share a topic that kind of came in a conversation yesterday. I was talking with someone who reads the blog, and he was asking me a couple questions, and one of them was about retention. What do I think affects retention? Why people stay at some companies, not others? How do you improve your retention? And so I've been thinking about that a lot in the last 24 hours or so, and really wanted to put down some of my thoughts about the topic. Haven't talked about it in a while, and I've seen it work really well. And I've seen companies that had 50% turnover on an annual basis, and contrast that with the place I work currently, where we have the turnover is much lower. We have a 95% voluntary retention rate over the entire life of the company. To see the dichotomy there, it's really interesting. So, what are some things that affect your retention rate at your company? How can you improve that retention rate? And first, before we get into that, I want to talk about retention and turnover, because I see those as two different things. Some turnover is very good. People slip in under the bar that don't really need to be working there, or someone's life changes at some point and they need to be sit on their way. They're not a good fit for the organization anymore for whatever reason. Maybe they become complacent and they're not really the person they were when they started. So understanding that some turnover is good. Having zero turnover is going to be a bad thing over the long haul, I would say. We define retention as voluntary, counting the number of voluntary departures. If I leave here to go and do something else somewhere of my own volition, then that counts against. But if someone, if their performance is bad and they're terminated, or if they have if their contract ends or something else and they didn't leave willingly, voluntarily, then we don't count that in our retention rate, because it's not quite the same thing. Hopefully that makes sense. So anyway, what are some things that affect your retention? I would say respect. Having respect for your people, them respecting each other, that goes a long way, and that plays into several different things. People having friends at work, or people having trust in the senior leaders of the company, or trust in each other. All those things play together when your people have respect for each other. So that's something that we really drill into our guys at whatever level, because it's very important, critical. Obviously, culture fit. I talk about that a lot. Having the right fit person when you bring them in, instead of just hiring that superstar that can't fit in, can't get along with everybody else. Obviously, the basics of having an adequate compensation, benefits package. If you don't cover those things, even if someone really loves working for your company and loves what you do and is bought into the mission and has all these other things in place, if you don't satisfy that basic need, they're going to have to find something else that will, even if it doesn't meet all the rest of those higher level needs that they have to feel part of something bigger and everything else. I think a key part is to offer professional development, opportunities for growth, people that you have internal opportunities for promotions or transfers that help someone become more well-rounded. If they're interested in those things, that's a good way to direct those energies, and that professional development makes them more valuable over the long haul. I don't know if it's a point in someone's career, or if there are just some people that feel this way, or personalities, but some people are like, hey, I don't need any development, I'm good. If they really do have the skills that they need to do their job, then have them help mentor and train others, help them to share that, because when they see them, position them as an expert, and that helps to drive that internal need we all have to feel validated and to feel like we're important. So help that person to achieve that kind of role at work. I mentioned a minute ago having a mission that people can buy into, a vision that people can believe in and back and support. Normally we see that in nonprofits a lot, where there's a mission to do this service, and people are sold out so much that they'll take less pay, less benefits, less usually, to do something like that just because they believe in the mission that much. No one said that that's purely has to be in the nonprofit world. So think about that. I guess the last thing that I have, when you're trying to figure out what to do to affect your attention, you're looking at the different options and things on the table and trying to decide which one's the most important. Don't forget that you can ask your people. You can ask them which one of these is more important. Or you can leave it open-ended. Hey, what would make you happier here? What would make you enjoy it more? And let your people tell you instead of guessing and picking an option and that ultimately not being anything that actually helps in the long run for your specific situation, your people, your workplace, whatever the conditions might be surrounding that. Anyway, those are a few thoughts on employee retention, turnover, how to affect that, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks for stopping by.